Good evening, this is Angela with Parker's Permaculture. There are two questions that I get asked over and over and over again. One of them is, what books do you recommend on permaculture and sustainable living? And I have a link down below to my book list that you can check out. The second one that I see asked over and over in DMs and in comments on this channel and on my Instagram is, where do you order your seeds and plants? What is your list of recommended plant nurseries? I've covered a few of them in the past, including where I talked about how I order a lot of my seeds through Fedco's seed company. And I have featured some local plant nurseries. Today, I want to talk about a nonprofit in California that I think is a wonderful organization to support and an example of how we should be utilizing permaculture in the real world to enact earth care, people care, and fair share, the three ethics of permaculture. So hang tight with me. I want to walk you through an organization called Planting Justice. Oh, and my poodles are gonna have a little romp in the background. I wanna walk you through an organization called Planting Justice and then show you my order that came from them today. I was not expecting it to arrive. It's been a really hectic, busy day and really stressful day. And then so pleased to see this package had come when I was not expecting it. So now is the time. Let's talk about Planting Justice. Planting Justice is a nonprofit in the San Francisco Bay Area that focuses on using permaculture strategies to enact food sovereignty and increase the quality of life for folks in their community, while at the same time caring for the earth. One area in which this organization has chosen to focus is the area of food sovereignty. How is it that our industrial food system sets up inequality and reinforces systems that are unjust and oppressive toward people and the planet? They looked at three areas: the systemic exploitation of our food workers, especially undocumented agricultural workers and kitchen workers, the lack of fresh, nutritious, and sustainably grown produce available to certain communities, and the inherent racism and systemic discrimination that has created that situation in the first place. And the third area is how Western culture relies very heavily on single-use plastics to package and distribute our food products, and the fact that many of those food products are heavily processed, low in nutritional quality, and cheaply made in a way that is far more about profit than it is about caring for the bodies of folks in our communities. Founded in 2009, and a little over a decade later, they have succeeded in improving the food sovereignty of a significant portion of folks in the San Francisco area. They founded 450 permaculture gardens, both with other nonprofits and in schools and in communities throughout the Bay Area. As they expand their goals, they're creating urban farms and training centers that align with permaculture ethics. And part of the urban farm is that they have a plant nursery business from which you can order a huge array of sustainably grown permaculture crops, be it perennial food crops, some annual food crops, all kinds of unusual things, tree crops, fruit crops that you cannot get anywhere else. And in fact, one of the things that I ordered, I've been looking for years and is always out of stock everywhere I look. And they had it in stock, so I went ahead and sprung for the order, and I'll show you in a minute. Planting Justice has this really multifaceted approach, and I think that reflects permaculture values because everything is interconnected. So you really do need to tackle all these various areas that on the surface seem very disconnected if you want to build more resilient communities and more resilient ways of producing our own food and getting it to people who need it. So if you have a goal of increasing food sovereignty, that becomes quickly interwoven with economic justice as well. Well, if you're saying that part of increasing our food sovereignty is having non-exploitive labor practices for our food and agricultural workers, well, it inevitably becomes looking at building what a sustainable food system would look like and how would we employ people in it? How would we create those green jobs that not only care for the planet, but care for the people who are working them? And one of the ways that Planting Justice does that is that they commit to community healing. They commit to helping folks who have been put into the prison system and have the trauma from that experience and have become disconnected from their community because of that experience. They help those folks heal and gain job skills and become employable again and contribute meaningfully to their communities and find a sense of purpose and be able to pay their bills and live in a community that they know and love and want to reintegrate into. Planting Justice has a 4-acre food forest that is not only a demonstration site, but also is connected to their nursery and to a number of their other gardening programs. They also support other folks who are working toward food sovereignty and sustainability. They have a community justice garden hub program where through grants and funding, donations, they help support other projects for urban sustainability and urban food production. They have a 4-acre food forest site that is not only a demonstration site. I feel like so many permaculture larger areas are really just like a demonstration site. This is a functional food forest where folks learn and engage, but also they produce jobs for people and they produce a product in the form of plant starts that you can get for your permaculture garden. Now, I will say Planting Justice has things on a very limited basis. So it's what they're able to sustainably produce with their workforce and that their land is able to produce for them. So you have to check their website frequently to see what is in stock. Sometimes there are wait lists. You can just click on it and ask it to send you an email when they have something on the wait list that has come into stock. So let's look at my order here. My handy dandy knife that I made and can't resist showing off. Now these are live plants. They are expensive to ship. If I can get bare roots of things, that's always more economical. If I can get something that is local, that tends to be more economical as well. Now I have a couple of local nurseries that I go to a lot, and they did not stock the things that I ordered from Planting Justice. And also I feel really good supporting a nonprofit that helps formerly incarcerated folks find peer-to-peer support, job training, gives them a living wage job, and helps them reconnect in a way with their community that serves them and also serves the folks that they live with and also cares for the planet. So let me show you some of the things that I ordered. Okay, so right off the bat, I ordered a couple of things that I couldn't find anywhere else. Now, these may be a little pale looking. They have been in a box for a while, being shipped from California. When you get live plants, you want to unwrap them immediately and you want to make sure they have a good drink and they go in a sunny window if you can't plant them right off the bat. So the first thing that I got is I got a variety of perennial bunching onion that I've never gotten before, and it is red. If you watch my channel, you know I'm really a fan of perennial onions and I kind of collect them. So this was one I had not seen before and I'm excited to grow. I also got Perennial 9-star broccoli, which actually has more like a cauliflower that it produces, and it can live for at least 10 years and you can propagate it from cuttings. I've had no success finding this locally for a number of years, and a number of other online folks are always out of it. It's very popular. I think in Europe it's much easier to get a hold of it, but this is what it looks like. It's gonna go out in the garden, and it is, again, it's called a broccoli, but it really looks much more like a cauliflower. If you can get your hands on it, you might give it a try. Now be aware that when you're shipping live plants, again, like I said, it's a little spendy. I would say 30% of the cost of this order was the shipping. You're looking at sending damp soil and it weighs a lot and it's expensive, but also with gas at $5.71 a gallon, driving somewhere to a plant nursery out in the country is also expensive. When we're thinking about making those plant orders, if you're somebody like me and you're on a really tight budget, you have to calculate what is the longevity and the potential harvest of this plant. When I order perennial crops, I'm willing to pay a little more. I'm willing to pay for shipping. I'm willing to drive because I know these are plants that I can either propagate or they will produce for me for a long period of time. So I'm totally willing to pay a little bit extra. It feels like a good investment for me. You're looking for those organizations that either you can support or that you are interested in reproducing the successful models that they employ that have earth care, people care, fair share, that take into account all of those different avenues that you can bring together and serve with a single purpose. I hope you'll check out Planting Justice. If you are just interested in ordering some really cool perennial food crops, I hope you will check out Planting Justice, a fabulous nonprofit. They didn't pay me to make this video. I just really think their mission is fabulous. And I think they have organized it very well. They have used permaculture design to create a successful business strategy that serves the community, serves underrepresented individuals, helps those folks who are formerly incarcerated and helps those communities that are struggling with food inequality and lack of access to not only agricultural production, but also in general, the distribution of healthy food products. Helps bring all of those things together and create justice in their community. A really cool model that I wish more communities could have access to and could reproduce. Thank you for watching this video today. If you are interested in learning more about permaculture design and sustainable living and people care, please click like and subscribe. If you are interested in supporting the work of Planting Justice, all of their information will be down below in the description. As a nonprofit, I know they would love to have your donation. Thanks.